Assalamu alaikum sisters. So in today's video I want to talk to you a little bit about blushes. I used to think that blushes were this kind of like last touch that you would add when you had a full face of makeup and then you just wanted like that last little bit to make it look really nice. So that is like pretty much what I thought of them. But if there is anything that I have learned is that makeup rules are meant to be broken and to be changed up a little bit. So now I absolutely love blushes, and one of the reasons is because in the last few years I started making this board on Pinterest, and the reason why is because the way that I approached makeup, I wanted it to look natural, but sometimes I tried and then it just ended up looking a little bit like over the top. I wanted to really understand how I could achieve that natural, like no makeup look, and also so I can share it with you guys. So I saved all of these pictures and then I started like seeing this pattern of the things that I liked, and the ways that other people achieve this look, and I realized that they all had something in common, and that was something that I was missing, which was blushes. But when I realized this, I kind of like ignored it. I thought like, oh well, that's just like a little bit of blush, what's that gonna do? And I didn't want to add something else. I wanted the makeup, like the no makeup look, but I didn't want it to be like extra work. So why am I making this video talking about blushes? Well, essentially I realized that they are a great tool and they can make you look so modest and so healthy and so vibrant just with that little bit of color on your cheeks. And I want to show you the 3 things that I changed so that I can implement this into my minimal, simplified beauty routine. So the 3 things that I have learned is that you have to choose the right colors, you have to keep it simple, and you have to know where you are going to apply them. I believe that the third one should be the first one because that is the question that I get the most, but we're just gonna start like this way. So the first one is you have to know the colors that work for you. I find that this can be done like in a very simple way, and I'm going to try to show you like a little chart with the blushes that I have on my makeup line for which ones are best for fair skin and light skin and medium and then medium dark and like all the skin tones. But essentially you want to stick to the pinks and the corals. I think they both fit like a range of skin tones. Like the pink one just makes you look so nice and lovely, and it gives you that nice and healthy appearance, and the coral, like coral based blushes, are just so nice, and they're so nice to give you that kind of like bronzed look, more tanned, more like beach and like summer kind of vibe, which I love. And then they're also like a kind of like purplish base blush, which I thought was really crazy when I started experimenting with them, but they actually look really nice. And I have like tones that go for fair skin and then all the way to like dark skin, and it's a really like interesting color because it's like a combination between a blush and a bronzer. It gives you just like a really nice structure on your face. So those are the 3 bases that I have for the blushes, and then they kind of go from like a lighter one to a darker one. So once you find the colors that suit you, and it's not really hard, I think that unless you go for a really like weird color, most blush colors will work with a lot of skin tones. Finding the colors and the colors that you like, honestly, I love corals. I love pinks too, but I tend to go a little bit more for corals. That's just a matter of preference. So yeah, that's the first thing that you have to do. The second thing is you have to remember, because we are talking here about makeup that is modest and minimal, that you want to keep it simple. Like in order for blushes to help you achieve a healthy, no makeup, very natural look, you have to keep everything else to a minimum. So you want to keep your eyebrows like very natural looking. You don't want to have a lot of eyeshadow. I will go with like no eyeliner, but you can add a little bit of eyeliner. It all depends on your preference, but I would say, and I would recommend that you keep it as simple as you can, so that gives the impression of just like a natural flush on your face, and it makes you look like so nice and healthy. The moment you add on like eyeliner and like contour and lip color, I think it just kind of throws it off and it just looks like a regular, okay, you're wearing makeup, good. But when you keep it simple and then you just add a little bit of blush, then it looks really nice and lovely. Now the third one is where are you going to apply it? I'm going to be completely honest with you. I didn't really think about this. I used to apply blush sometimes in the wrong places, and I would ruin my whole makeup, because I told you that I used to wear blushes only when I would like sit down and have time to apply makeup. So I would apply my whole face, and then apply blush in the wrong way and just like completely ruin everything. So I started watching a few videos on YouTube by people who are amazing and very professional, and they explained it so well. I'm gonna add those links in the description box because I think that they're good, like really good for you to like look if you want to like understand it better. But the way that I understood it, and I think that it has helped me a lot, is that you want to, let me just grab a mirror before I do this. Okay. So how do you apply the blush? So you want to remember that you want to keep this area here, like around your eyes, like completely clear of blush, right? And then you want to keep this part here, like if you put two fingers next to your lips, you want to keep that area also free of blushes. So now you know that you're not supposed to apply blush on this part, right, of the eye, and on this part here, like if you put like two fingers here. One of the reasons is because it makes you look older. I didn't know this. I'm so glad that I learned that. So you want to keep that distance of the two fingers here. Now, after this, there are like two places, and not two places, like you can apply blush however you want. But for the look that we are going for, you can either apply the blush like on the apples of your cheeks, right? And then if your cheeks tend to like fold down a little bit, not fold down, if they're not like so high, then you would choose like the highest point of the apple of your cheeks, right? But then when you are here, you want to make sure that you're not like going on this area, because especially if you're wearing like a darker like more like on the reddish vibe, and then you go up in this area, then that's gonna make your eyes look like really like not nice. So you want to still stay clear of this area, so like you wear it like you would apply like right here. And then let me just grab a brush so I can do that. Okay, so I am going to apply the lavender blush. Oh no, it's lilac. Okay, so these are the stackable jars, the sample size. It's not really sample, it's like a mini one. And now I'm gonna try to do is holding the mirror, holding the blush, holding the brush, right? So I'm just gonna dip it here, and hold on, because this is not how I do it. I just put a little bit on the lid, right? I put a little bit on the lid, and then from here, then I tap the brush in, right? So once I have the color in the blush, in the brush, right? Okay, so what you want to make sure is that you are not putting it on this area of the eye and not putting it here, and then you don't want to go like obviously lower, because then that's not where, you know, where you're supposed to put the blush. So then essentially you have this little tiny space here, either on the apples of your cheeks, or you do it a little bit more like this way, and that gives a different structure to the face that is better if you have like a round face. And what I love about this is, and I'm going to apply it as I talk. Okay, so now I feel like I applied the blush in a better way. So not on the eye, right, but like right here. And I'm going to just let me put the mirror right in front. So it's very like easy to go like on this area. I didn't realize I did that, but I did that. So when you use your blush, you want to like just go here, right? And because my cheeks are nice and brown, I want to do the more like structure one that goes a little bit higher here, as opposed to the one that would just like kind of like stay here, because I feel like I don't need more attention on my cheeks, right? So that's really it. If your face is more like slim, um, and you want to like go the way of like putting it right here and then not bringing it up, then that's just gonna make, you know, like the apples of your cheeks just like stand out a little more. For me, and for like those with like a little bit chubbier faces and like chubbier cheeks, then I like to go with this right in this way. Now I'm also working on something. If you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen that I'm like doing this test where I'm doing some cream blushes, and this is a pink blush, and I'm going to apply the other side. Maybe it will look weird that I have like two different colors on my cheeks, but I just want to, I think that if I apply the cream, then you might see like the application better. So again, you don't want to apply it here, you want to keep this area like clear. Okay, it's hard to see it in the camera. So when you smile, right, you don't want to go in this area here because it makes you look older. So then you want to go here, and I'm not gonna go too low because I like my cheeks, like, you know, I want to bring them down. So just gonna put it up here. So that is pink blush. Let me see if I can. So those were essentially the three things that I wanted to share with you. I hope that this video was beneficial. Again, just knowing your colors and knowing where to apply them and keeping them simple are just three things that are going to help you use blush to make you look more modest and more natural, and in a really like quicker way, because the moment you apply a little bit of concealer and a little bit of blush and lipstick, then you look like instantly you look more awake and more refreshed and more vibrant. So I hope that you like this video. I hope that it was beneficial, and let me know, how do you use blushes? Do you use them? Are you kind of like scared of them? Do you not know how to use them? And if this video was helpful, then also let me know, and I will see you inshallah in the next one. Assalamu alaikum.